Our destination?
30 before 30.
Let's go for a ride.
Welcome to Girls Trip. Today we are diving into a bucket list of 30 things that we should have done before we turn 30.
Amazing.
So we're going to see how well we've done on this list. This is actually like a compilation of like the most common things.
Okay.
On
A little bit better about that now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's about the most common things that people actually check off, but the most common things on
a bucket
these
list?
types of lists of before 30.
All right.
So let's just jump right in and see if we've been successful or not.
Are we going
If
to
we're
just like raise
if
our
we're
hand?
just failures.
Yeah. Put a finger down if you've done this.
I don't have enough fingers. No. So number one is create a capsule wardrobe, which that's a big no for me.
Okay, so I might have something sort of like that. I have a bin. I feel like I have a bin somewhere that I have clothes, a couple t-shirts, whatever from high school.
Oh,
as good as
cute.
it gets.
Yeah, that's not a capsule wardrobe.
Okay.
Yeah, what is
I was
it?
like,
that is creating a time capsule is what you've created
so
of a
then what are
wardrobe.
we discussing
That's
right
what
now?
That's where I was at.
Where are we? What? Say that again then.
That's amazing.
Wait, I was so on your wavelength.
I'm so confused.
I was like, oh my God, we have to create a wardrobe from each era of our lives. That's where I was.
I'm dead right now. Okay, it should say learn what a capsule wardrobe is before you're 30.
I'm so glad at least one of us knows
Oh,
what it is.
I was so with you, Rebecca. What the
What do you think? We're Taylor Swift Eras Tour here? Like have a capsule of every decade? Oh my
Okay,
God.
you tell me.
Yeah, go.
So a capsule wardrobe is when I don't know if there's like a certain number of pieces, but let's say you have like a 10-piece wardrobe that can like all be like worn different ways. So you have like 3 shirts, 3 bottoms, like a really good jacket.
Yeah,
They're
I was
supposed to be
totally on that
The
on
only
that
person
wavelength.
to know this would be you.
They're supposed to be
I
like
had no idea.
quality pieces that can like all mix and match, so you can like get a lot of different outfits out
So
of
the
them.
bucket
pair
list.
of
Wait,
jeans.
so the bucket list is to get
Is
all these items
is to have created a capsule wardrobe
of like 10 items
of like let's say 10, and then like you can mix and match them, and you have your key
maybe.
thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
do
don't
I
think
have a
so.
sweater that
but you
I
haven't
wear?
done it intentionally for
Yes,
sure.
no,
Like, it's
100%
definitely
not
not.
done intentionally.
No,
I've
definitely
not-
not.
I've
Also,
not
how do
done
you do
it.
that as a woman with like getting pregnant and like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
tough.
Some people like
Maybe, like,
live by
colors?
this though. Like it's kind of supposed to be the adult like uniforms. That way
To save money
you
or-
remove. Well, yeah, you save money. You don't waste as much. You're
Okay.
not wasting time either, because every day you're like, I only have these options. Like I'm just going to throw this together.
Okay.
So
You're
it tends
Steve
to
Jobsing
be,
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It tends to be very like neutral colors.
Okay.
It tends to be like
Oh,
more
okay.
expensive pieces because they're going to last a long
Sure.
time.
Okay. I think I've seen this a little
a
bit.
really
Like
good,
talked about.
you know,
Okay.
pair of boots and maybe a leather jacket, like whatever, like
All right.
that kind of thing.
I can dig that.
I could never be.
I actually prefer our method. To be honest, it's more sentimental. It means
think
it's
it's a little
better.
cuter.
I think you
I
just
like it.
created a new thing.
A time
I mean,
capsule
like, now my
wardrobe.
child can see.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
We're gonna keep laughing about this.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
was
Yeah,
good.
no, that's a no for all of us. I think.
Yeah, no.
I just like clothes too much, so I can't.
Maybe
be
I'll.
tied down.
No, yeah, no.
No.
No. Okay.
Moving on.
Number 2 is create a sustainable daily routine.
We've covered this.
We've covered
Talked about
this
so much.
Again, though, your routine changes.
Yeah.
As life changes. So
Yeah.
what's I don't know.
Well, maybe they mean like you are in whatever period of life you're in.
You're
like
consistently
you've been able to do
keeping
this for like a
something
year or something. I don't have a
one.
consistent week, so that's a no for me.
No. We're off to a
We're doing great,
start.
guys.
Yeah, I was actually very surprised, but pleasantly surprised to see this on the list. Is creating a prayer routine, like a daily
Really?
prayer
Oh,
routine.
okay.
Yeah, which I do feel like I have. Well, I don't know that I like nailed that before I turned 30, but I feel like in my 30s, I've like I'm in my prayer flow. Like
Okay.
it's become a much more like I've prioritized it more.
Yeah.
I don't know that anything with routine. I'm
Yeah.
just like general
It's a
fail
little bit,
on. But I do feel like I am incorporating it
Yeah.
into my daily life a lot more than I did in my 20s.
Yeah.
So I agree with that, but I guess I have a caveat to that because I have had my best months, I guess, of having that I've more than I've ever had in my life in my 30s, specifically when I turned 30. Something about turning 30, I was like, this year, like I'm going to start this decade off right. And I really, really made my prayer time my meditative time, my prayer time, my reading time, very, very like high on the priority list for myself in the first year.
Yeah.
Then like that dwindled, and then it dwindled really bad. Then I got back into it, and then it dwindled. So I guess what that is saying though is the consistency with that. Like my consistency as work gets crazy, as life gets crazy, I tend to pull back. That's the time you need to be going deeper, but just being transparent. Like it's really tough for me to keep that a priority forever versus like the stints where I'm like, no, I need this.
I mean, I think if I zoomed in, like I would feel the same way, like on given days, on given weeks, on given months. But I feel like if I'm looking back, I just feel a difference in general.
It's true.
I agree.
30s,
when you turn 30, it was just
we're
much
like,
more.
we need God. God.
Are you
Jesus,
here?
take the wheel.
It was a lot of that. Yeah. No, I would say the same thing. It just became more of a priority, but it wasn't necessarily that I had a specific routine, but I was just thinking about it more. I was trying to be more conscious about that. And
so
like,
I don't think
wherever.
I'm like day to days. I don't know if I'll ever be. I'm just not that type of person. But
to have
like when I zoom out, I'm like I am consistently incorporating it into my life, whatever that looks like for me.
The Bible app actually has like guided prayers, which that was probably when I was in my best, because it's like, okay, well, I'm reading my scripture for the day, and then it's also doing like a short devotional, and then it gives you the full like prayer guide. I was like, oh,
that's kind of cool.
it's great because you can put your own like prayer lists in there, and it's really, really cool. So I would check that out. It's so cool. You have it all organized there. So
I've never done anything with an app like that.
It's the Bible app. It's the regular. Yeah. Really, really good.
That way. Cool. Okay. Number 4. God, I'm not liking this use of routine in every single thing. How many routines are we supposed to have?
I think that we need to have
And
that
before 30, like before 30. So really just
before
20s.
that's right.
I
30
feel
things before
attacked.
30. Yeah. Is to establish an exercise routine, which I'm not even going to speak about this.
We've talked about this.
I feel like oddly similar to my prayer routine. It's like
gone up and down.
It's just like stints, right? Where it's really good, and then it's like not as good, but then it's like really good, then it's not. It's like it ebbs and flows, man.
It's the same exact thing.
I'm hoping for that for my 30s. I'm hoping to say any part of it
to take a
was good, but okay,
forward
if you don't know how we feel about that, go watch a previous episode. Start a daily gratitude journal.
Daily
Again,
I have never done that.
I've had very small stints of like writing things in a journal. Never, ever. I don't even think 2 days in a row. But again, same way I felt like the prayer thing, I do feel like I have been a lot more intentional about practicing gratitude, which sounds so like, ooh. But I have I did like a couple of years, I'll do the jar, like, you know, where I'll write things down, moments and put them in a jar and open them the next new year. Or things like that. Or even like my husband and I have been having like a lot of car issues the last month, and we've just been like, we're grateful. We're so grateful. We're grateful, you know? So yeah, I don't know that, but I think if you can do it without, like, if you can be grateful without necessarily having to
that's what I was
do
going
a
to
journal
say.
activity.
I don't think I do the journaling, but like I will think about that a lot more. And I think exactly what you're saying. It's like when you have those moments, it's like, okay, what am I thankful for right now? Where am I at right now to kind of bring you back, you know, level headed and everything like that. So I do that more often than doing an actual like writing journal.
I think we're the three of us are on the same page.
Yeah.
With that for
With
sure.
that.
All right, check.
Done. Fine. So what is that, like 1? 1 out of 5? Okay, so we've done the important things: routines, prayer, exercise, gratitude. And number 6, naturally, participate in a flash mob or public performance.
Rebecca. I have done so many public performances. I have done it. This is probably the craziest one. I have performed inside, oh my gosh, a town hall. In a town.
Wow.
In like where they're doing their like.
Okay.
What is it called? Oh my gosh. The pews are there. I'm just keep thinking of
like a town hall meeting.
Yes, like a town hall.
Yeah. What were
in
you
the pews?
What were you doing?
Performing. I don't really remember.
You blocked it? You
No,
blocked
I
it.
remember
Okay.
the performance. I don't remember why I was performing there.
Oh,
It was
okay.
something for the arts. It was something to like say we should promote this in the town a little bit more.
Okay.
Literally doing a Michael Jackson routine.
Wow.
In the
What was the song?
It was like a
medley?
Yeah, medley of his music. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is
performed
on
on
a,
grass.
this is on a bucket list somewhere.
I've done a flash
I
mob.
mean,
Wow.
you have done a flash mob?
I've done a flash mob. Well, it was again with dance, so was it technically a
Okay,
flash mob?
okay.
Like kind of, sort
But
of.
did you like go to a random mall and break out and dance?
It was at like a street fair situation.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
So I don't know if you want to classify that.
I mean,
guess.
yeah, I
that
don't plan
counts.
on really ever checking this off my list because this is not on it. But I also it's not like I've been invited to 10 flash mobs and just declined.
Like, when have I ever gotten and been like, guys, join me in this flash mob?
they keep asking me.
Just wait, you might get an
do
invite.
it.
like, yeah, that seems a little unfeasible to me.
Okay. Next.
Okay. We're going to feel good about ourselves
Okay,
with
okay.
this one,
Okay,
guys.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
number 7, add greenery to your home.
Beautiful, done.
And done.
We all
Check.
have, we all have stuff.
Real and fake
Yes.
Check.
because I kill things, but you
100%
know,
same.
yeah,
That's gonna be clipped out.
fantastic.
I kill things.
Number 8 is start holiday traditions.
Oh,
I think we've done that, yeah.
come on.
With,
I mean, we start with just each other.
Yeah,
We
with
have
just each
holiday
other.
Give us something
traditions.
hard. Come on. Come on.
Well, we were not looking good for the first 5. So
Why couldn't we start with these? I felt my
things
confidence
are
going
looking
up.
up.
Yeah, we all love to. We
yeah.
all love tradition.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think in some sense. So
I
we like
think-
to start our own.
You know, well, I'm sure we'll talk more about that later in the year, like a whole year from now, like December, about our when we get to holiday traditions.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9, plan and book an international trip.
That's it, guys. We're ready. Let's go.
Finally, I get to talk about this. So we are going to Greece for my birthday, but we are also going to, which is in June, June 1st. Also, Tom Holland shares my birthday. Hi, Tom. So we're going to Greece on my birthday, but prior to that, we are going to Paris and Switzerland.
Love it.
So excited for you.
Amazing.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Didn't get it in before 30, but you're pretty close.
Yeah.
You know what?
gonna
Whatever.
count it.
We're gonna
Just
go with
count
that.
it. Count it.
I think when you leave the country, you are a little bit younger.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
taking
Well,
some years.
you'll just be 30.
I also like to say that I wasn't really born until I got married at 26. So my life just kind
that's
of
when
opened up.
That's when your freedom was
So
born.
at that point, I'm really 5 years old.
Well, then I hope you remember it.
Yeah, I hope that you have some memories to come back and tell us about it.
But
okay?
you've been to Europe.
I have been to Europe.
I've been to Northern Ireland, but that
Yeah.
was in 2010.
You need a new one.
Were you dancing there?
I was not.
Were you
I
in a
was
flash mob?
performing actually at some theater.
But not dance?
I was not dancing. No.
What were you performing?
It
Mime?
was, Splinter. It was a
What is
drama
that?
group.
Lecture.
It was a
Oh,
drama.
it was a drama
group
group.
for
Yes,
the
yes.
Love of Christ.
Yeah.
It was like a missions trip type thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, we ended up going to Northern.
So you didn't
Ireland.
go for vacation per
No.
se.
But we
Okay.
did go some
No.
sightseeing. Giants Causeway.
Okay.
Saw a bunch
Cool,
of stuff.
cool.
Did have some fun.
Okay,
So
but you
it's
need a new
time.
one.
You
You
need
need
a
a
new
new
one.
one.
I mean, I went to Aruba for my honeymoon, but that was
Okay.
in 2021.
Okay.
Would love to go on another adventure. So
Yeah.
My husband is like desperately trying to convince me to abandon our children and meet you in Greece.
I mean,
Secretly.
I'm all about it.
Secretly.
So
I'm like, I don't know if we can do that just yet. We need a few more years.
all about it. Well, my mother might be coming. So if Deb is coming,
Stop.
then
if Deb's
you know.
coming, we can bring the kids. And,
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what?
Absolutely.
The more the better. You know what? You guys should come.
Yeah,
What
we're
is
just going.
it? This is your opportunity.
let's do it. Would Artie be on board for an international trip, or he is not
I
interested?
think he would, as long as he's not doing the planning. He wants
planning.
nothing to do necessarily with the planning. Like, just
he
tell him
would
where to
not
go.
be invited to do the planning, so
Exactly.
that would work out super
Perfect.
well.
I also did Israel when I was.
right. Oh, that's
yeah, I
right.
did Israel,
Okay.
but I mean, yeah, thank God I got it in when I did because oh my goodness, I don't know if we would ever really be going again.
the
But I was
same
20. Yeah, I was
experience,
23.
Yeah.
It was incredible. We went for 10 days. It was unbelievable. So that was another one that's
Okay.
on the list.
Yeah,
very
that's
cool.
awesome. What did we do? The first one we did was Paris, Barcelona,
She's got a
Amalfi
long list,
Coast.
folks. Here we go.
And Rome. But that was like all one trip that we
Wow, okay.
we fit in. And then, so we only booked Europe in the first place because we did a road trip through parts of California.
Okay.
And flying home from that was such a disaster.
Okay.
That the airline gave us this huge credit that we had a year to use, and we're like,
Love it.
It's not now. Like when can we afford this?
Love it.
So that really like paid for for the Europe trip, and then we went back and did London, Scotland, Vienna, and Croatia.
Okay.
Which everyone is always like, where would you like go back to? And like, that's such a hard question to answer because there's so many places in this world,
and there's different beautiful things
to visit.
All the places, right?
That I'm like, I don't know. Would I want to go back to somewhere I've already been, or would I want to try to like
go somewhere,
cross somewhere else off my list? I don't know. But I'm very excited that you guys are going.
Can't wait.
That's exciting. Okay. Number 10, learn a new language.
Okay. It's not as easy as that.
I'm sorry.
I would be curious to how many adults really do learn a new language as an adult, because I think it's so hard unless you are actively like going to live in another country while you're living
when are you gonna,
it's so true.
Use that?
Like I literally was looking, I downloaded the Duolingo app and I was doing Italian for a couple weeks, and then you get behind and then Duolingo sends you notifications, make you feel really guilty that you haven't opened the app in 3 weeks. So I mean, but I'm not going to learn the language. I just want to learn like certain phrases, for when we go. But to learn a full language, to learn a new language, I feel like you need to be there for a long period of time, or you need to have
like a really good motivator or have practice.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
my friend's mom has been doing Duolingo for like over a year every single day. But she now has a grandchild that's being raised bilingual, so she really like wants to be a part of that.
Okay.
So she's been doing that, but she has someone to talk to on a regular basis and help her learn all that kind of stuff.
Do you feel like it's helped her? Like really helped her?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible, but it's with everything. It's consistency.
It's possible. I think using it every day, you have to be having conversations with people. Otherwise, it's not going to stick.
Totally.
I don't have enough of it doesn't come naturally to me, that skill. I mean, I took like 4 years of Spanish in high school, and like I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, it didn't stick. All right.
So yeah, that's a no for me. Let's see. Number 11, go alone to dinner, a movie, or abroad. Just going alone.
No.
I've done that.
To dinner?
Which one?
What?
I have not gone necessarily like abroad, but I've gone to the movies by myself, and I've gone to a diner by myself.
That is so Rebecca. Of course you have.
But like not because I'm like necessarily no one's available. I'm like, I'm hungry. I want to eat something. I have time to kill. I'm like, I'm going to go to a diner by myself. Like I didn't want to sit in my car. I literally sat in a diner by myself. I was like, it was very interesting.
That's amazing.
I don't know if I'd want to do that again, because it's like, I'm really bored. Like
I do kind of want to go to a movie theater by myself.
I went to the movies when I was in college by myself.
I would kind of want to do it just to do it, but
it would have to be a really specific situation for me to be like, I'll go to a movie by myself.
Yeah,
I could just watch a movie on my laptop.
Yeah, I wasn't at home being like, let me do this.
Let's all three of us go to the movies, but we each sit in different rows. So it feels like we're going by ourselves.
It's not fun to go to these places by yourself, though. So like, why would I want to do that? Like,
I mean, I've eaten like in college, maybe alone, but I was like reading a book, and like, I don't know, it's a different scenario, but it has become like a movement almost of like people feeling like there's something, I don't know, cathartic or like freeing about like intentionally like scheduling a dinner to go alone and like being in a restaurant.
Think about your thoughts?
Like, I don't know.
Think about your thoughts.
Think about
it's not like
thinking about my thoughts.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even think that I would be like self-conscious. It would just like be like, why?
Like
Yeah,
you
like, I
literally
could be doing something better
You
right now.
literally could get that experience in the shower. Like just do that. Just go take a shower.
Exactly.
But I think the point is that people like they're supposed to be challenging themselves to like feel comfortable and secure, like
in themselves,
alone,
and not
being
feel
alone,
dependent,
and like not needing.
Listen, we
other
can
I'm
so many other ways.
I'm so anti. Sorry if this ruffles feathers. I'm just so anti that, because I think as people we need, and this is like an introvert talking, like natural introvert. I know that I crave my alone time, but I know I need people. I know I need interaction, and alone time is important. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't know. I'm just anti this. Like, it's like we really just need to sit with just you. Like, I don't know. Like, why?
I think that there are like activities that make sense to do alone. Like
Okay.
if you want to like go to a cafe and read a book alone, like that
Different.
makes sense.
That's different to
If
me.
you want to
Yeah.
go like
by
on a
yourself.
hike, if you want to go get a massage, like, and you can have that, like, you know,
100%.
contemplative, quiet time and whatever. But yeah, I don't know if I'm on board with like, let's take this social activity and like
make it
your
own thing.
Force ourselves to do it alone to prove something.
Yes. I think there's a fine line between the two.
And I don't think I would ever go abroad alone.
No,
me neither.
I don't think I would either.
Not today.
No,
absolutely
not. Okay, number 12. I'm actually curious. I don't know the answer to this for you guys, but buy a significant piece of jewelry. I have not. I mean, I have my wedding rings that were given to me, but I did not purchase them.
Oh, mine's sentimental. Mine's very sentimental.
I have never purchased.
But I've never purchased a significant, like...
I've been given things.
I don't know. I guess by that, I my brain thinks expensive.
Yes, same.
But I guess significant doesn't have to mean expensive.
So my dad died when I was 26, and he wrote me, like, he was also my boss before he passed away. And I would sometimes go into my office in the morning and find little notes from him sitting there. So he literally just wrote on one note one morning that I walked in. It was like a torn off of a book, like a notebook. And it just said, "Love you, !" Dad. So I saved a bunch of all these things and like put them like in a little coffee mug or whatever. After he passed, I sent in that paper to this, jewelry store on Etsy, and they took his handwriting and did the "love you" on one side of the locket, and then the dad on the other side of the locket in his handwriting. So that was so to me that's that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It doesn't have to be expensive, but yeah, I've always been given the things that I probably treasure the most. I mean, besides like this little tiny cross necklace, like that I'm like, ooh, I really like how delicate, like there's nothing that I actually bought. It was made for me or given to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely pieces of jewelry that I've seen, like expensive ones. I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. But then I'm always like, I don't know. Am I going to get enough use out of that to like make such a big purchase? I could go on vacation instead.
Yeah. True.
I would spend it
it's
like
so
that.
true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, because I'm not really I don't wear, aside from my wedding rings, I don't wear something every day. Like I don't wear a necklace or a tennis bracelet or like, certain things every day. So I think I like the fun of jewelry, of switching it up, of costume jewelry, where if you're spending thousands of dollars, you better be wearing that every day,
Yeah.
So I haven't. I mean, I did briefly try to convince my husband that like I needed a second band as like a push present, and he's like, a push present? What is that?
Oh, let me tell you what that is.
But that didn't happen. So, okay. Number 13, build a strong network of professional contacts.
I thought it was going to build a strong network of professional friends.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Why? Yeah, I guess it depends on your field though, because I mean, like I have contacts in my field, I guess, and I have some like in the dance world, but like, and then I don't know.
Yeah, no. For me, it's clients more than I need clients. I don't need professional contacts, which I've built a list of clients that if they need something in my field, they will reach out to me to get it done. So I guess
it depends on your field of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I that was a priority for me in my 20s. So I guess if this is a 30 under 30, then I did that. But
definitely
once kids hit, that was being able to maintain those relationships couldn't happen anymore. Okay. So that has kind of, ceased to exist. I kind of like, there are certain networking groups or whatever that I will stay on the fringes of that I can could choose to re-enter in the future. But right now I'm just like, I can't. I don't have the mental energy to maintain that. Let's see. Number 14, play an instrument.
I'm challenged.
Me too.
I think I played the recorder in like 6th grade. And then I was like, I took a semester of piano in college.
Oh.
This is
for
to
no
me,
reason.
is
did it go anywhere?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like the language thing to me. Like
me
if
too.
you
Yep.
either you have a knack for it and you're going to know 3 languages or 3 instruments, or if you don't learn it as a kid,
it's not going.
Like I know so many adults who have attempted to learn the piano or the guitar or whatever, and it's just like doesn't ever become like
anything
fluid.
Shout out to our friend Dave though at church, because he is someone who decided that he wanted to learn piano in his like adult years. And so Thomas and I went over there for dinner a couple months ago. It was in the summer, a couple months ago, or fall, I don't remember. But he whipped out his piano and his book, and we're both of us, Thomas and I, are like,
what's gonna happen
like
here?
we're like, oh boy, because he like, I was blown away.
Really?
This unbelievable, like difficult piece of music that he was playing beautifully. Like he knew he had it in him.
Okay.
He just needed to dedicate the time
to do it.
Yes.
Now, if this is the Dave I'm thinking of, I think he was doing it sort of like in tandem with his daughter, who was
Yes.
also taking lessons.
Correct.
So I feel like
Okay.
that could help. Like if you're doing this as sort of like a bonding thing, and you want them to practice, so you're practicing, that could help. But it's a major commitment.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And he's someone who is like crazy busy with
so
work.
busy. That's why I was even more surprised like, that he actually did it. But it's also encouraging. Like
Right.
you could be any age. If
You
you
just have to
dedicate
commit
yourself to this, I am literally challenged. Once I bring the other hand involved, it's over.
Forget it.
It's over.
I mean, I swear I don't have like, what is this? Not a wingspan. A wingspan out of your hand to play the piano. Because I have tried. I did take lessons as a kid. I like sort of tried again later, and I was like, this is not for me. I can't do it. Number 15.
All the musicians just locked off.
Yeah. Dye your hair.
I have dyed my hair.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So
What color?
Well, let's say this. I did not dye like my scalp necessarily up here. I dyed half of my hair. So if I did like a half up, half down, the lower half was red.
When was this?
Do we have
Rebecca?
photos?
Do we have
Yeah.
photos of this?
Yeah.
We need to definitely be seeing that.
I did it when I was
I can't believe this is real.
16, 17.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find them. They are definitely uploaded on Facebook somewhere.
You have never dyed your hair.
I have never dyed my hair.
Yeah. When I met Thomas, he was like, I always thought I married a blonde. And then I immediately dyed my hair blonde. And then I was like, forget this. He loves me. I'm going to go back to regular hair. That was an emotional roller coaster.
But you've done highlights or lowlights or whatever
Yeah.
they're
So
called. Some
now,
kind of lights.
now I probably have leftover very like dark caramel light. I just wanted something to look very, very similar to my own natural hair, but just slightly off. I probably have some of those left from a year or two ago, but I probably won't be going back to that. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever even done like, those like temporary hair dyes, like when you're a kid or like for something. Yeah. Just never
I'm
done
going
it.
to find it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm glad that my parents weren't into it. Like when I was 13, 14, my friends were dyeing their hair jet black. That was like the trend, cutting it, like doing and then doing the angle, scrunching it, but then straightening, flat ironing the wet bangs to the side, and jet black. All my friends did it. I was the only one who didn't do it because my parents were like, no, you're 13. You're not dyeing your hair jet black. And I'm actually grateful for that because I didn't have hair that need to recover from that later in life. So
I will find this photo, but I can't easily get it.
Oh, we'll find it, and we will put it up on the screen for all to say.
Yeah, I just I also can't do with upkeep. I get my hair cut like once every year and a half.
Yeah.
And so I'm definitely not able to keep up with any kind of hair dye.
My hair would fade like an orangey color. So it was like, and I was
to keep up with. Okay, 16 is take on a physical challenge, like running a marathon or hiking a mountain.
All right, well, Lauren has done
I'm going to
that.
say, check.
Lauren has done that.
Lauren
Did I
has hiked a mountain.
A mountain?
I was a mountain.
Yes.
Yes, it was a mountain.
I'll put that on the record. Totally hiked a mountain.
I will never run a marathon.
Me either. That's a
running
definite
is not my
no
thing.
for me.
I will do any other activity like that involves running, but it cannot be just running.
I agree
I'll
with
do
this.
none of it. So
I agree with the running.
Yeah. I don't enjoy it.
I really enjoy now. Part of what I do when I first get to the gym is I walk uphill on a steep incline for 15 minutes. You feel shot by the end of it, but you're not the same shot as when you're running.
No, it's not like hard impact. It's just like
I also
a
have
nice,
like a very naturally very fast heart rate that is very on its own very quick. So immediately going into a jog and a run for me, I'm even more exhausted by the end of it.
No, it's too
so
much.
the walking uphill for me is more than enough. I don't need a marathon to make myself feel good. I don't need to join that.
Check.
Yeah. That's, we're just going to move on from there.
Lauren's like, nah,
I'll get stuck there. Number 17, rekindle an old friendship. I have definitely done that. More than once, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts, guys.
Totally counts.
It doesn't mean rekindle a friendship from infancy when you
No,
weren't even
no,
aware.
no, we knew each other.
knew
We
each
were
other.
teenagers, little teenagers. No,
Guys.
little teenagers. 10, 11, 12, 13-ish. And then didn't see you for 15 years.
Listen, did I ever, like, I knew your name, but did I ever, you know...
I don't think you had a friendship, guys.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a friendship, no.
Especially because I wasn't involved, so it didn't exist.
We're like this.
Fine, no. We don't have any new rekindled friendships.
I might have, but this seems weird. But I feel like I've brought my friendships with me through the years.
Totally.
No, you are
like if I
very good
wanted
at
to
that.
keep them, I was making an effort to keep it in a way. There are groups maybe where like, okay, when I was in college and when I was in like high school, that maybe all of those people I haven't, but like people from each of those groups I've definitely stayed with. So it's kind of like an ongoing thing.
Yeah. I think some friends have been more just like a cyclical rekindling, like we kind of fell out because of the things we were going through in life. We were on different pages, and then all of a sudden we were on the same page again and picked back up.
Right.
Other was more like, either some kind of conflict or just like went very different directions in life. But then I think time and age, you're able to be like, things that would get me upset or like whatever, I can have a lot more grace for people and situations and allow that friendship to like exist in whatever form it is and they don't all have to be the same type of thing. So, okay. Number 18, go on a road trip. Yes.
Done.
Check.
Done that. There will be much more about road trips to come. Ooh, number 19, ask for a pay raise.
I've done that.
Have I asked? No, I have. Yes, I have done that. Yes, check. Not at my current job. Different job.
I got close and then I got fired.
That's so good. I got close and then I got fired. So
she's not kidding.
I don't know that I feel like I can't take a true yes on that. I don't think I've ever like gotten the guts to like go in for like a real negotiation.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten pay raises, but it's either just sort of like
because it was owed.
It was owed, or it's been like, like I can't really keep doing this unless I have a pay raise. And they're like, okay, but like, it's never been like I'm gonna go in there and like make my case and like, do that. I don't think.
I'm planning on it. Yeah.
So we'll have some. I think that's a whole episode of some stories of asking for pay raises there.
That's a budget episode.
Yes. Number 20, give blood.
I have.
I have not.
I have. I fainted immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
No, I have. No, I've not given blood. For some reason, I thought I did.
Well, I think I was president of the National Honor Society in high school where we did a blood drive and I did not give blood.
She was like, no.
But I was not like eligible then. I think I want to say I didn't weigh enough.
Okay, yeah.
There, I was a little waif in high school.
Waif.
Don't have that same problem now. But I did have to get a lot of blood. So this is embarrassing and a whole other story. But the first time I ever got blood taken was when I was pregnant.
Okay.
I had never had blood taken prior.
Mine was literally like a year ago or 2 years ago. Never had a blood
That's shocking to me.
I know.
You never had to do that for like sports physicals?
I never needed no.
Really?
I don't think so.
Like all my friends, I know you were homeschooled, but you played on.
Played on a lot of different various
I didn't need to either.
No, whatever. Okay.
Like when you say give blood to, I'm thinking IV in the arm.
Yes.
Like not the thumbprint to test your.
Not thumbprint, but like drawing blood.
No,
like
I never had
vials
it until
of
like 2 or
blood.
3 years
Okay.
ago. Yep.
I feel like in most circles, when I say that, people are like appalled and shocked.
Yeah, no, they were like, what?
Most people have done that like in high school for
I
various
never
like,
gave blood until I
physicals and
donated
stuff.
blood when I was 24, 25.
Okay.
And then I recently did like some allergy testing, food testing, where I gave a lot of blood for that, but never in my teens or early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't do that till I was pregnant, which I was like 27, and it did not go well for me. So I mean, I wasn't like scared. I don't think I want to look, but I was fine. And then it was over, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I got to the like checkout desk, and all of a sudden, like she was talking to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't hear her. Like I see that she's talking to you, and I was like, I can't hear her, and then I passed out.
Yeah.
So yeah, haven't done that. But if you need it, I'll give it to you guys.
Great.
Let me know.
Do you know what blood type you are?
No, I always forget.
So you can't give it to us possibly.
Yeah.
Do you don't know?
O positive.
A negative. I think you're universal donor. Or is that
It might
A negative?
be-
O
it would be
negative, rather.
I don't remember. Yeah. I know. I think I can give blood. I don't know if it's technically the universal donor, but most people can receive my blood. I can only take, I think, maybe my blood or something weird like that.
Okay.
I think I might be an O, but I don't remember what
Great, we'll
kind.
save each other.
I don't know.
Save each other.
You're on your own, Joy.
Have fun. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, play a team sport.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
The fact that Lauren can't check this off is so funny to me.
Not
Not even soccer. I'm not a team player, guys.
She's a coach, and that's it.
But you did like theater, didn't you? Like that can kind of.
No.
That's
Okay.
I was a stage manager.
That's what it was. Okay. You were a stage manager.
She's like, I'm not involved. So I'm more than
No,
involved.
I mean,
I'm more than the average person.
yeah. Weirdly, like you were homeschooled, but I feel like when you're homeschooled, like your parents almost have to go out of their way to like make sure that you have opportunities to be with other kids.
Yes.
So maybe sports is like an
I played for
avenue
various towns,
to do
yeah.
that.
All over
Plus,
the
you're
place.
like naturally very athletic. I just went to a very small private school through
That could be
through
why.
eighth
Was
grade.
there, like, one sport?
And there like wasn't anything that I can recall. I don't
Yeah.
think. I think the high school maybe eventually had some, but yeah, there was like hardly
that plays a
anything
part in it, too.
Totally.
available. So like my brother did, I think like
He did baseball.
or something through like the town.
Yeah.
a little bit. That didn't last long.
No. He was
So I never
bored.
really had that like opportunity. I did dance. I did like ballet and I did gymnastics and like that sort of thing. And then by the time I got to high school, it's like, well, you're not doing a group sport for the first time
in high school.
front
That's
of
a little-
all
yeah.
these people that you're
That's
trying
true.
to make
That's a
friends
little
with.
hard.
That's true. I never
Because
thought of
you're
it
the
like that.
outsider.
Yeah.
And I was very much a perfectionist. So I was like, I am not failing in front of all these people. That's a hard no.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, didn't ever do that. I did stuff with like my dad and my brother. Like it wasn't like I, would trip over my own feet. Like we would go to like the baseball fields and like, throw. I can throw football. I could play golf a little bit. So like I did stuff, but it wasn't going to be with a
not
group
a
of
team
people.
sport.
Yeah, that was a no for me. 22, go skydiving.
I want to do this so bad. And
You'll be
I
going
would have
alone.
done it. I know. I'll bring.
We'll be judging you from the ground.
I was gonna go like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was just like the wrong time of the year to go. And then it's just like never. And then it was like, okay, we're gonna get married. Should we like wait until after we get married?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And then we had to postpone, and we're like, okay, like it's just like kind of like that. So I want to go so bad. I will not go bungee jumping, but I
That's
will
a
go
no.
skydiving.
So
Actually-
my brother went
he did. He went. Yeah.
skydiving, but I want to say it took like 3 times.
It's like the conditions have
It
to be
has to be
perfect.
perfect, yeah,
Yeah. There's a lot of
otherwise-
factors.
Yeah, like they kept trying and it wasn't working out. And
I'm
then
thankful for.
I think it was the time that he went, right? That like the person who was coming down like broke their leg right in front of them.
Yeah. Like I can't tell you
yeah,
how
like they landed wrong.
Yeah. I can't
That
tell
would
you
have been like, I'm out.
how much I don't want to jump out of a plane. Like I have there is nothing
nothing in
inside
you
of
that's
me
like, let's do this.
that's like, this is a good idea. This is worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
For a friend's bachelorette, she had
this
always
guy-
wanted
this
to
guy.
go
Oh, yes.
skydiving, but I was not going real skydiving. So I like compromised and did the indoor skydiving thing, which I don't know. I wasn't afraid. I think I had a little bit of anxiety because I didn't know what the experience was going to look like. or feel like, and I did it. And I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, and I know where you went. So I feel like that it's again, can only get so close to the actual thing. Like, I think that was just a whole different experience in itself, too.
I imagine it's very different.
I feel like it's not even in the same, it's two different activities, two different activities.
So
completely.
I went up twice during that time. The second time was a little bit better because I was better prepared. But the first time I guess when I went up, like I had my mouth open.
You couldn't breathe.
And so for the whole time I was like, I'm going to die in front of all these people. Like the pressure, like I literally couldn't breathe, and you can't take a breath because of the like wind that you're feeling, and you're in this like obviously giant clear thing, and it's not just your party; it's everyone in the whole building that can see you. And they're like,
they did this,
up against the glass, and you're like, I really can't die right now.
The world to see. Yep.
Oh my
God!
So
the second time I like took a breath and then like closed my mouth, and it wasn't as traumatic, but I can't say I recommend it.
Yeah.
So that was enough for me. Okay. 23, I think we can all check off, which is learn to cook a signature dish.
Yeah, definitely done that.
We're pretty great at that.
Yeah.
We're good at that.
Another episode.
I feel good about that. 24, volunteer for a cause you're passionate about. You guys both volunteer for Finding Fabulous.
Oh, that's true.
And I'm going to assume.
Rebecca's like, wait, I don't volunteer.
Like,
oh, wait, I do.
Oh, wait, it doesn't seem like volunteering. That's why.
That's why.
Because you're so
Rebecca,
passionate about
well
it.
said. Well
It's
said.
not a volunteer.
Well said. Yeah, don't
just
find
happens.
yourself a friend who runs a nonprofit because you'll be volunteering all the time, but apparently without realizing it. So that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Check.
25. This will be, I'm sure, a whole episode. Go camping.
100% done that all my life.
Joy, have you ever gone camping?
No.
Stop! Joy, we have to go camping.
I will only go glamping. And that is the only form I want running water.
Well, you can go up to the bathroom and get ready.
Okay, I take this back. Actually, I'm actually not as
Just go
bougie.
camping
I'm not
with
as
me.
bougie as I make it myself out to be. Actually, I think I would be able to rough it hard. We did this thing where we would go to Missouri once a year, and it was the sticks. So we weren't all out camping, but it was. We were outside. We were sleeping outside. The coyotes were right down the road. So I definitely could rough it. But it's more of like the right people I need to be with.
I think a lot of that, if you don't love
I'm
it,
not
if
the
you're
right
not there with the
people.
right people.
No, I think Lauren is the right person, actually.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to be highly entertained, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I'm in.
Yeah, no, I can't say. My husband, so I did go for quite a few years. I think it started when I was in college. And my now husband, his college friends would all go. There was like, they're all broke. They want to spend a weekend together. So they'd go camping. So I was like, I guess I should go. Then we got married. And I kept going. And then I was like, wait, why am I doing this?
You're like, wait a second.
We're already locked in here. Like this is done. And then I was for sure not camping with babies. That was not a thing that was going to happen for me.
Ooh, yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, we'll talk more about our camping experiences. But
Yeah, I would love to.
that's checked off,
Yes.
and we're not revisiting it. Okay, number 26, oddly specific, learn to poach an egg.
I've never done that.
I have poached
I
an
have.
egg.
I've
An
never
egg.
poached an
I
egg.
have poached an egg. I have
Well,
poached
you
an
should
egg.
do that on camera.
I should. Okay,
Yeah, that'd be
okay.
fun.
We're going to have that. Yes.
Rebecca
100%.
makes some fantastic kitchen videos.
Yes, I
so
do.
I did it in my home ec class, I believe.
I'm sorry,
That's
what
so
era are you from?
specific.
My
Yeah,
home
your
ec.
home ec.
And that was at a small private school too.
That's adorable.
And we had home ec. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, I don't do it often, but I did want to make eggs Benedict, so I did learn how to do that and the hollandaise sauce and all that. But
I
it's a
think
lot of work.
I think we were the people who got that.
You guys did eat it, but not.
Oh, yes.
yes, brunch
something,
for
but
dinner.
I did learn it.
Brunch for
yeah,
dinner.
Okay, it was something like that.
in the early days. I feel like when I first got married, that was like my era of experimental
Experimenting.
cooking. Like I had a lot of time to just like try new things. Now it's like, okay, what
works?
can I
What
cook
tastes
without
good?
a recipe and in under 30 minutes?
We have been recipients of her
Yes.
poached eggs
yeah, but
at least once.
At
yeah.
least once.
So I can't say I do it often, but I did learn it.
All right, gotta try
27, buy a designer bag.
No.
What is considered designer?
I feel like I mean, it depends how
Is Kate
bougie
Spade
you want to be. I
considered
feel
a
like,
designer?
yeah.
Then yes, I'm there.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to think if I've ever bought one for myself. I've been gifted ones where I've picked them out.
I have bought a Kate Spade bag on vacation in an outlet mall.
And I definitely bought them for other people. So I've owned one. I feel like that's not the right buying is not the right term. I've owned one.
Yeah,
several,
same.
but not. I don't think I've actually bought one for myself. 28. Bake a cake from scratch.
Yep. Done that.
Not a great experience.
No,
I'm a cook, and I say that loosely.
Not a baker.
I'm not a baker.
She will not be on the Great British Baking Show.
No, I just want to watch people do it.
She's not British.
Yeah,
but
I think that's why I appreciate it so much because I know I can't.
you're like, this is just not for me.
Yeah.
I feel like some things are worth the time and some things are not. And so I did bake a cake from scratch. It was a very elaborate type of cake. It was like 3 tiers.
Wow.
It was like this cherry, like fresh cherry soaked cake with like icing and all that kind of stuff. It was very impressive, but took a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know that this is worth it. Like boxed cake is also delicious.
Yeah.
But I recently made brownies for the first time from scratch, and that I was like, I will absolutely do this every time.
Those were
brownies from
delicious. They
scratch.
weren't just brownies. To be fair,
Oh,
they were
the Twix ones.
The Twix.
Those were delicious.
So delicious.
brownies, but like it wasn't a lot. Like it wasn't a lot of extra time.
It had like a marbled top.
It was very good.
It was intricate. Yeah, it was a bake.
But that's looks more impressive than it actually requires. So that is like worth it to me. I'm like, these brownies were so much more delicious than the box brownies that I will definitely.
Yeah, they were great.
I will definitely do that. Okay, only 2 more left. I don't know if I've even checked off half of these, but
I don't think
maybe we might have to redo our 20s, guys.
Okay.
29, start a savings account.
If anyone says no, we need an intervention.
I mean, I had one in 4th grade. So yeah.
I think I had one. I started mine when I was 9. I remember when I went to the bank with my mom because I was getting all the like stuff for my birthday and Christmas, and I started my mom is still on my bank account. Actually, my mom still has access to my first savings account because
That's funny.
She started it with me.
That's funny.
She was. What do you call it? Like a
yes.
She made it possible for cosigner. She was a cosigner. My mom can take money out of my savings account right now if she wanted to.
Yeah, well, I had to end that because my mom also did the same thing. Like, because I think I had to get a debit card and whatever when I was 17, and so for like the longest time, my mom was still on that account, but then she would just like put money in there.
Yeah,
and I was like, Mom, you can't do that. Like, I'm a full-grown married woman. I can't let you just put money in my bank account.
The difference between Lauren and I is that my mom also does that, and I'm like, Mom, why don't you do it more?
I would like to buy lunch today.
I was like, we got to stop that, Mom. So I had to kick her off. Savings accounts are good. And I have several. I will say, if it weren't for my husband, I would probably be more of a keep it under the mattress.
Okay.
Or if not, like in the savings. Not. I like my money. I like to see it. So like, I want it in the savings account or in an envelope under my bed. Whereas he's right. He's like, we have to diversify. We have to invest. We have to. But that's like, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. But it's like a little scary to me. I'm like, ooh, but then it's gone. And, I know it's working for us and it's the smart thing to do. But yeah, it's a good thing that he pushes me
Thomas is like that too.
To do that. Okay. Number 30, I don't even know how this...
Is this going to be a good one to end on?
I don't even know. Try a sensory deprivation tank.
Wait, what?
Again, where I don't know how to find a flash mob, and I don't know how to find a sensory deprivation. I immediately
went to Stranger Things in 11.
Yes,
being like this. I'm like, what?
I mean, I feel like that's a self-care thing maybe that people do,
or
the opposite. That freaks me out.
Everyone has created such sensory overload in their everyday that I feel like that is a necessity for some people now. Whereas like us, we're like, wait, what? We're not like being bombarded necessarily, but so many people
That's
I feel
hilarious.
Like that it's becoming a problem that they're being overloaded with so much. So
goodness.
we're like, what?
Yeah,
we got a lot in our mind, but
I'm a little claustrophobic. So I don't think I would like that feeling if it's like, because usually you're totally covered, right? Like you get into something and then they like
like a
full
chamber
tank.
almost.
I feel like that would have an opposite effect for me. I would not
not
feel
be calm.
Does a tanning bed count? Because I've done that and it feels like you're in a coffin. So
Yeah, I mean,
that.
I've never done a tanning bed, and I think I would be afraid as well of that.
I don't think that would actually do any like good things for me.
not only have I done a tanning bed, but I've done the one where it's the whole tanning bed is the red light therapy too.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Yeah, those are fun.
That I might be able to get on board with, but I don't really know.
No, I let someone spray me.
I have never gotten a spray tan. Fun fact.
I have gotten a spray tan before.
Absolutely,
Oh,
as an outing.
together?
It's very entertaining.
Okay, I would be down for that. I would be down.
Yeah, the first time I was like, I'm so sorry you have to look at my butt.
The first time I didn't think I was getting out. I thought there was going to be the ground was going to open. And I was going to fall
there she goes.
into a truck and I was going to be in Guatemala by the end of the night. It was the scariest experience. Such a weird backroom situation. Yeah, but I will go with you guys.
Okay, well, I'll be scheduling that.
Sounds good. We will not be going to some weird
Not
place.
Joy.
Not
Yeah.
Joy.
Oh God, it wasn't me. It wasn't me that scheduled it. To be fair, but I did go along with it.
Okay.
But that's as far as I've gotten. So, all right, let us know what you scored on this 30 under 30 bucket list, and if there's anything that should have been on there.
Yes, I feel like there's some things
Because
that
I feel
were-
like there might be some key things missing.
Yeah.
So, let us know what you're crossing off.
Let us know.